Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failure. Let's continue right where we left off. The next step is to take the hot ring racer or some other fast car over to the $ symbol. So let's take the hot ring racer. We're not going to take the ramp. We're going to own this jump. Let's go. Okay, so heading to the $ this way, let's slash. And the next mission is Cap the Collector, which is a mission that I struggle with. And having a fast car makes this mission much more palatable. So let's give that a shot. So the premise here is that some bad guys are going to start taking our money. And so we need to stop them from doing that. Where am I? Nowhere where I want to be. I just saw the Sprunk advertisement on the side of this car. I didn't know that was here, and I didn't know Sprunk made an appearance in any GTA game before San Andreas. Okay, cool. So it says kill the south guys and then run into the north guys. So let's give this a shot. So those guys are going to start taking our money. We need to find them and kill them. And so the fast car makes it so that we can get where we want to go quicker, obviously. And speed is sort of the essence in this particular mission. So we're heading all the way south down to the boatyard, which is a business that we own, and the bad guys are going to get there before we do, and they're going to start taking our money, and our job is to punish them for doing that. Again, maybe like a silly hat like you give to bad gangs. Okay, so Mafia has arrived at the boatyard, and we're going to get down there. We might squish them, maybe we'll drive by them, kind of depends on how quick you are getting down here. Again, I'll be very careful. All right, so there they are over there. So what weapon do we want to use here? Maybe something like this. Okay, and I'm gonna, what am I gonna switch to? Let's switch to the sniper. So it is possible to do a speedier strat with the sniper rifle. I'm gonna try to squish these guys coming up here, but oftentimes they elude me as we're headed for like a head-on collision. They drive right past me. And so I've seen some speedy guys just use their sniper rifle to great effect here. And so we might just try that. We might be bold and give it a try. So I'm going to stand in this lane here. Where are they? There they go. Did we do anything at all? Nothing, 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 nothing. Okay, so the sniper strat apparently is one that you're supposed to practice before just trying it here. What's happening? Where are these guys? Oh, there they are. Okay, so we can drive by them pretty easily, I think. Great. Okay, there's a police officer somewhere. Let's avoid them. And then just a couple more folks. So let's say that we've learned our lesson. We're not going to try to snipe these two. Instead, we'll try to plow into them. And if that doesn't work, then we'll make a quick U-turn and hit them with some drive-by. Should be pretty straightforward, but again, you can see the benefit of having a speedy car here. Okay, so I'm gonna go not even close. So they swerved out of their normal path because they were going around a car, and I was gonna try to swerve into them, but did not make it happen. So at some point they turn right. I don't know exactly where that is. I'm sort of hoping to get to them before the right turn. There we go, mission passed. Okay, then it says take the Voodoo south of the K. All right, so let's go over to the K. So the K is actually not on the map anymore because we finished all the Kaufman Cab missions, but I think we can head up this way and then just bear a little bit north. And that yellow structure right over there is the K. And this is Auntie Poulette's with the fixed Voodoo. And let's take it. It says take it to the Medusa and grab the Graves armor if you need it. So we're all filled up. We don't need it. But let's start the next Umberto mission, which is Trojan Voodoo. So let's see how this one goes. We're going to do a speedier strat than intended, I think, here. Oh, we're going to get a wanted star. Lovely. So the plan here is to sneak our way into a certain compound, which is going to be swarming with enemies, and then we have to plant a bomb, like in 3 different places. And the reason we need this voodoo is to convince the bad guys that we're actually friends with them. Apparently all it takes is a particular car. So we take the voodoo, and if you didn't grab that voodoo, then you would need to find one either in the wild or you'd make the trip from here over to where we picked up that voodoo. All right, take Pepe. All right, Pepe, let's go. And now we're going to go meet Rico and the other Cubans as we pretend to be Haitian. Okay, so it says drive all the way into building and don't shoot anyone. So that's the speed strat that we're going to try here. So what you're supposed to do is, shoot the bad guys one at a time and clear things out so that you're then safe to plant the bomb in 3 different places. But we're not going to do that. We've got full health, 250 hit points, and I think that's going to be sufficient for us to be able to just drive all the way straight in. And then we'll take some damage as we're planting the bombs because all the bad guys are going to be shooting at us, but we should be able to absorb all of the damage that they send our way. Okay, unskippable cutscene here. And then at the end of the cutscene, those 2 cars have somehow teleported all the way over this way, and they're in position. So I have seen a speed strat here, which I'm not going to try because I fail it more often than I pass it. But I have seen, so we're just waiting for that gate to open, and then we're going to follow our friends into the compound. But I have seen some speedrunners bully their way through, like past these other 2 cars. So like I can try like this, but you can see there we didn't quite make it. Maybe around this way. Get out of my way, speedrunner. So go, go, go. Not at all convinced that that was any faster. Where are you going? I'm trying to go in here myself. Okay, so it says walk into each of the markers. And as soon as I walk in, it's like a little mini cutscene and the bomb gets planted. You don't have to do anything other than walk into the marker. And so you can see so far we've planted 2. We've taken 7 damage. Come on. Oh, there's a lot more damage. All right, and then the last bomb is right up here. So now we're at like 66 damage. And out of here. So we're just going to run towards the guys up here, and then we're going to make a U-turn to the right and go up these stairs. And once you get far enough away, this unskippable cutscene happens. And that's it. So we did lose like 150 points out of our 250, but we were never really in danger. And if you want to be more cautious, then surely you can just go in and pick off the bad guys one at a time. I think that's the intended strat. Okay, so let's continue going this direction here. Jump, just for kicks. All right, so any car would be good here. We're going to refill our health, which is suffering a bit right now. Any car, how about this one? I need to borrow this officer. I'm also an officer. Look at my outfit. Okay, so here we go. Heading back to the armor, and also we're going to save to really refill everything here. So towards the graves as usual, and then we'll save at our Sunshine Autos safe house because that's where the next thing is anyway. We're going to do our street race number 2. I think it's the last street race of the whole playthrough. Exciting. All right, so we still have that 1 level. I don't understand why. We are clearly an officer. Take a look at the threads. Okay, so we got the Graves armor, and now we're going to go save, and then we'll do that last street race. And again, not going to have too much to say about the street race. It's more of the same. Just hit all of the coronas in order. So we'll head in here first and save. All right, I guess we can answer this phone call. And then we'll save. And then we'll do our street race. I guess if I'd really wanted to skip this phone call, I could have hopped into this car to cancel the phone call. The speedrunners, they plan out exactly when they're going to take each phone call, and they've got all the details figured out to a T. Okay, so all filled up now. I'm sort of surprised that we didn't have to. Oh no, I guess we just fill up right away. I thought we had to like load our save to come back with full health. Okay, easy, easy, never any doubt. All right, somebody parked a police car right in our way. All right, let's take a look. I think it's the last street race. Don't want any more phone calls. Okay, let's take a look up here. So we can see a time listed for all of these other races except for this one. So let's do it. Okay, so the instructions here say make a right to go to the Starfish Bridge. So here's the right turn, and that's the only instruction I need. So we'll make another right up here, and then a left on the main north-south road. And then the first right to Starfish Island, and then we'll cross all the way, and then get to the start of this final street race. Making good progress. And I realized here that our armor is now up at 150, and it's been 100 most of the game. I wonder which. I think when we finished Vigilante, that's the reward, is that your armor becomes a 150. And if you recall, at the start of the game, your health, the little heart icon there, was a 100, and the armor was also 100, and so now they're both at 150. So we've got an extra 100 health all together, which is just lovely. Okay, as usual, we'll do our kind of cheesy little. Oh, did we hit that one? We did not hit that one. Oh, gang. Gang. All right, fourth place. GTA Succeeder coming at you with a smoky vehicle. But this gives you a chance to check out the AI, the NPCs here that we've been racing against this whole time, because normally we clobber them from the side and then never see them again. So you can also see how overpowered this particular car is. Like, I'm not doing anything fancy. It's just a faster top speed than even these really nice sports cars that these other competing cars have. Okay, so I'm slowing down a little bit here, and then a hard right turn here. And this is just a pretty short loop. Okay, and plenty of space now. Easy, easy. Just looking at the next step here, there's a rampage coming up. It says from the race, we're going to head east to the wall, heading towards the beach. And we'll tackle 2 rampages in a row, both pretty easy. I don't know that I've ever died on either of them. Hopefully that's not foreshadowing. Okay, and then the right-hand turn here for the end of the loop. And that is our last street race. Excellent. 6 in total, although I did 7 because I neglected to, actually I did 8 because I neglected to record 2 of them. Okay, so let's take care of one of the few remaining rampages. So there's usually lots of guys to take care of here. Where are you going? Lots of guys that we can take care of here. And this particular weapon is really nice, really speedy. What are you doing? Oh, shoot me is what he's doing. 2 of them are shooting me. I said I never died. Never. Oh, what are you doing? You coming after me or you running away? Running away. All right, so somebody's shooting at me from the right. Who's over here? These guys. I tried to take care of these guys before they jump into the pool because I have a hard time getting them once they're down there. All right, one more. Done. Okay, so we'll grab this phone call here. Short one from Lance. And then next rampage is up here at the top of this diving board. Still getting shot at. Rude. Okay, and this is a sniper rampage, so all we need to do is have folks that we can see, and I don't see anybody. There we go. And then we just take them out as usual. Somebody's still shooting from the previous rampage. All right, and then just 2 left. I think we only had to do 10 here. This is a pretty easy one. So maybe we'll even hop over and find some folks that are at ground level or in the pool here. Just need 2 more. Where are we going? Over here. Still need 2 more. Okay, last one up ahead and right there. Okay, and just run, run, run. All right, so we lost, what, 149 hit points there. That's more than usual for sure. Okay, and let us head back to our vehicle and head to the pole position club. Let's go. Pole position is actually, I think, a reference to a really old video game, maybe back on the Atari 2600, maybe some earlier system, but a car racing game. And pole position is like I guess it's the leading position when the cars are all kind of gearing up for a race. Whoever has the honor of starting in first place in that race is in pole position. And that is the only thing that the word poll is a reference to here in terms of the name of this business. I don't know why I came all the way down here. I think it's better to be on this road. And then you can see the checkered flags. That's another reference to the, whatchamacallit, the video game. Or I guess I should at least say the racing term. Okay, so we slash that one. Now, if you're a kid, then look away for the next like 3 minutes or so as we come in here and do adult stuff. But really, I'm just trying to collect. Okay, so here's the idea. You need to spend like 300 bucks of your money, and I think that works out to about 5 minutes. And you just sit here for 5 minutes and you don't have to do anything. But there is a faster strat, so we're going to do that. So I'm going to hit the Shift key, which will end that little session. And then I'm going to hold the D button, which will walk me to the right and start a new session. And then I'm going to hit Shift again, and I'm just going to hold D the whole time. And so if you do this, every time you go in, you spend $5. And instead of taking 5 minutes, if you just sit there and do nothing, this takes about 3 minutes. So even though it's kind of annoying and not very satisfying in terms of gameplay, it does save 2 minutes. And so I'm going to do this 2-minute time save strat. I've seen some misinformation up online about like how you have to do this consecutively, like you have to spend the $300 in one sitting, which is just not true. Some people think it's like $600 and 10 minutes. A lot of misinformation out there. But the nice thing is that you don't have to know whether it's 300 or 600 or how many minutes or whatever. All you have to do is this for like however long it takes until the game tells you you're done. And the game will say asset completed once we have spent the $300 required. Another nice thing here with doing this strategy, as opposed to just sitting for this straight 3 minutes, is that we give different women an opportunity to earn some cash. And instead of just having the one person in there dancing the whole time. Plus, it's tough to dance for like 3 straight minutes in this way. So maybe these women need a break after dancing for 2 seconds for us. Maybe it's 1 second. And then we leave and say, I'm out of here. Okay, kids, continue to look away. Nothing to see here. Apparently, there's like at the end of the hallway here, like after you complete this asset, there's like a room that's open right now, but there's nothing in the room at the moment. But there will be something in the room after we finish the asset. So just because my viewers are so wonderful, we'll give you that bonus content and walk in there. You certainly don't need to. All you need to do is spend 300 bucks here. Here's another person doing their thing. But for the content, we'll go in that back room and show you what's what. Okay, so I used to make a note of like how much money I started with so that I would know how close I was to spending 300 bucks, but I was kind of distracted here talking and telling the kids that they should not be watching this graphic content. So I didn't make a note of how much money we had to spend, but I have every confidence that as soon as we spend exactly $300, the game will interrupt this spamming the shift button mission and tell us we're done. So we just keep on trucking until we get that mission success symbol. And our timing program is also going to move down a step. I won't have to do anything. It will recognize when we've completed this task because the game it knows what the game does to indicate that we've finished this particular asset mission. And there it is. So there's money there that we don't need. And I didn't do anything with the timing program. It just moved on its own. So I think it's this last door here on the left. Let's see if it's here. I've only been in here I've only done this thing one time. Maybe it's the last door on the right. Oh, there it is. Okay, kids, continue to look away. Nothing to see here, just a police officer at work. Okay, so shift key to end that. That was enough. I am not convinced I should have done that, but let's just head on out of here and never speak of this again. Okay, next up is another safe house purchase. That's our last safe house purchase. So we just head straight west from pole position, and we hop out, and we run up here and buy a safe house for however much this costs, 7 grand, I think. Maybe it was 70. Yeah, 7. Okay, next up is the last tough mission for me, the PCJ Playground. So we'll grab our car and head back north to that PCJ that we've taken several times now, and we'll actually use it for what it's intended for. in this game, which is a mission where you have to you have something like 2 minutes to get through a series of checkpoints, the coronas, and you can do the coronas in any order you want, but there's kind of a natural order, and we're going to follow that order. And What's happening back here? I'm just hoping to get another car, but it's a short enough run if we don't find another car. So we're going to do the natural order, but the clock, the 2 minute countdown doesn't start until you touch the first corona. So you really could just start anywhere you wanted to, but they're generally speaking kind of in a line, and that's what we're going to do. So here we are, and we'll be able to skip this cutscene because we watched it already because we grabbed this bike before. So W there shifted that cutscene. Okay, so I have trouble with this one because it's a lot of kind of precise jumps. So we're headed for that corona right up there at the top, and there's two OM things there in my little timing program. It says on the second full staircase, we're going to bear right to get up on the roof. So let's give that a shot. Okay, so there's the first one, and I'm going to go kind of slow here. Did I just miss one? No, right? Okay, so there's the first full staircase, and now we're going to go up the second full one and bear a little bit right to get onto a rooftop. So here, we're just bearing to the right, slowing down because I think I might pass it. It's okay, a little bit of a time waste, but a lot less time wasted than if we had missed that and had to make our way back up onto that roof again. Okay, so some people who are better at this game like lean while they're doing all these things. I don't get up. Okay, good. That truck there was like it always spawns. It kind of adds to the excitement. Another truck here. It's possible to make it in front of that truck. I don't even try. Okay, at the end here, sharp left and then an immediate right, so slowing way down. And then here, we're going to make a right after we pick up this one. Sharp right here. And then down the stairs and then back up the stairs. I always worry about missing that one, but I never missed it. Okay, slow down here. Okay, and then we're going to make a left here. Oops, first we're going to grab this one. We're going to make a left here. Then we'll grab this corona, and then the last two are on top of a building, and we got to get up there by doing like a ramp jump. So we come down here to roughly like the second to last pole, and the next hint here, it says you're going to hit the ramp on the right-hand side, but angled a little bit left, and then we got to make sure we stop. Okay, so stopping right there, and oh my goodness, folks, that might be the best I've ever done on that thing. Oftentimes, like I'll miss a jump or two and run out of time on this mission, or here at the end, maybe I'm not far enough to the right and I don't hit the corona on that ramp jump that we just did, or I'm going too fast and I land up here, but then the bike just carries right off the roof here, and then I don't have time to come back up again. Oh, what happened? Oh, I messed up my little slash thing here. So let's go back, slash, done. Okay, the last chopper checkpoint. Let's do it. So business as usual, touch the different coronas in the given order. And again, use the minimap to aid you as you figure out whether to go, which direction to go, and whether it's up or down from where you are. And yeah. So as we kind of bring this video series to a close, and I still have more work to do, still 100 taxi drop-offs to do, and another one culminating mission here. But this is a good time for me to just kind of share that I have made way more mistakes in this video series playthrough than I typically would when I play Vice City. I have mentioned that currently it takes me about 11 hours to beat the game. And this playthrough with the taxi stuff that we still have left to do is going to be it's going to be close to 14, which is quite a bit slower than my 11-hour PB. There's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, I've been distracted by doing commentary stuff, and so I use some of my limited brain flops in order to explain what's happening, and that means that I don't have as much brain capacity available to make good decisions, and I made a lot of bad decisions while I was playing this game in this video series. And so I would get myself in trouble maybe more often than I normally would if I weren't doing commentary. And then once I'm in trouble, like with the wanted level that's unexpected, then I make poor decisions that lead to me getting busted instead of somehow playing safer and dealing with the police threat instead of just like hopping on a bike and hoping there's no police officers nearby to bust me. But another reason that I guess that's the main reason. I didn't make near as many mistakes in the GTA video series. So if you've enjoyed this one, then by all means, check out the GTA 3 series. I feel like I played that one much cleaner. But I think I mentioned before in this series here that I have played GTA 3 far more hours than I've played this game. Okay, where are we going now? Fly to the B. Let's do it. I played GTA 3 about 750 hours according to Steam, and then this one is right around 270 now, I think, 270 hours. And so I practiced GTA 3 way more than I practiced Vice City. So that's part of it. And also when I was making my GTA 3 videos, I was like I would save more, and if I made a mistake, maybe I would like not even save the video. I would just redo. I didn't redo more than maybe 2 videos, but anyway, I really haven't redone any of the videos here because I made mistakes. I just let my warts show so that you can understand some of the pitfalls, common pitfalls in playing this game. But it's been fun, even though it's taken quite a bit longer. Oh, $5,000 than it has in the past. Let me get my yeah. It says equipment. Yeah, let me grab the yeah. It says fly to V and collect something or other, armor and weapons. Totally whiffed on the armor. Okay, so that step is done. All right, so we're going to start this final main mission, and then all that will be left will be taxi. So we head up the stairs, and there's a little bit of instruction here. So we're going to skip a cutscene with the left click, skip another cutscene with another left click, and then we're going to walk out of this room that we're now teleported into, and we're going to stand in a particular spot, and I'm going to change to my minigun. Now, what's supposed to happen here is there's supposed to be a stream of bad guys coming in that we have to fend off, and a bunch of them are going to try to get into the room right behind us. And you have to just survive the stream of bad guys for like a minute or so. But there's a little glitch in the program. I don't know why it works, but I saw this online. If you stand facing, there's the front door that we came in through. That's kind of on the left-hand side of the screen, and then there's 2 doors on the right-hand middle of the screen. One on the level just above us, and one on the level just below us. And if you have all 3 of those entrances in the camera view, then for some reason the guys aren't able to spawn and walk through. So this trivializes this phase of the mission, but there's still work to do. At some point, Lance is going to come through that top right door and start talking to us, and there'll be a big, shocking reveal about who the real friends are in this game. All right, so here comes Lance talking trash, talking about mules for some reason. And so we need to take Lance out. And so we're going to slowly amble over here. He doesn't move until you start shooting, but it's important to let him have it because if he escapes, then he will run all the way up to the top, and then you got to chase him and mow down a lot of bad guys as well. All right, so I think we're doing okay here. Just really focused on these guys that are trying to get up the stairs, including this one. What are you doing? And probably this is overkill using the minigun. But we've got plenty. Oh, what do you? Come on. That was one brave or foolish bad guy there. Okay, so who else do we have? This one. I can't see. Oh, there they are. So here we just have to survive long enough. I don't know of a glitched way to do this part. But we just take them all out. Pretty easy once things are under control. And then at some point, Sonny is going to make his first appearance since like the opening cutscene. We've heard his angry voice on the phone a bunch of times. And then an unskippable cutscene, and he's got a lot of health, but it is quick to mow him down with our overpowered minigun. So let's do that. And there is Sonny, GG. The game actually filled up our armor. I don't know if you saw that, but we were back at like 150 armor. And there we go, the culminating mission. Okay, unskippable cutscene here between Lance and the lawyer Ken Rosenberg. As Ken starts to learn what's happened here, and that Tommy and maybe with a little assist from Ken are going to take over Florida, take over the South, and have all the power instead of things being, all the power being up in Liberty City in New York. So yeah, there it is. All that's left for us is going to be Taxi, which is a long, long mission. I'm anticipating about like an hour, 10 minutes. But to be honest, I actually haven't done Taxi since I was playing this game on the Kindle Fire back in about 2013. So even though I picked this game up maybe 6 months ago from when I made this, I'm making this video series here today, I've played the entire game up until right here in my steps on the right hand side, and I didn't bother doing taxi because it just takes a long time, and there's nothing exciting to do about it. I know I could do it; it's not stressful, but I didn't feel like taking roughly an hour, 10 minutes or more, doing 100 taxi drop-offs every time I played this game to practice. So I didn't. And in fact, I'm really hopeful that after I do taxi here in this video series, that we do have 100% complete because I haven't actually looked at the stats to see 100% since like 2013. Okay, so we passed the mission here, and then it says hold shift to skip the credits. So we just did that, and that one is done. Okay, let's something. Let me pause the video here for 1 second. Okay, and I'm back. So here's the plan. I'm going to begin the taxi mission and just do the first few drop-offs in taxi just to give you a flavor of what it looks like. And then I'm going to pause the video and do all 100 drop-offs until it's done. And then I'll come back at the very end of the taxi business just to show you the 100% complete. But one benefit, so the main reason that I hold off on doing taxi, that I routed taxi all the way here at the end, is that I just said, well, if I put it at the end, then I can skip it unless I'm actually like actively going for the 100% completion. And so I've skipped it, like I said, every time I've played this game in the last few months. And another benefit to at least doing taxi late is that there's a superior taxi to like the plain old cabbie that appears on the streets, and then even the Kaufman cabs, which become unlocked when we purchase this Kaufman cab asset place, this yellow building. So one benefit is that once we finish the last, I will take this phone call here. Once we finish the last Kaufman cab mission, which I think was Cab Mageddon, the zebra cab spawns here instead of the Kaufman cab, which would normally spawn here. And so we're going to take this Kaufman cab because number one, it looks cool. Look at all those nice stripes. That's pretty awesome. But number two, according to the web, it handles better. It's got better top speed, better acceleration, and better handling. So I am now going to do some taxi with you. All right, so we push I, looking for a person highlighted on the screen. There might have been somebody highlighted like near but the yellow square was blocked by the K icon on the mini map. So we say, come on in. And where would you like to go? Ammunition in downtown. What are these folks doing? Why were they chasing after me? Okay, so ammunition is at the northern end of the main north-south road here. And so we're just going to take this fine passenger to their destination, and that will be fare number one. And then once we drop them off, we'll pick up somebody else and bring them to their destination and rinse and repeat, 100 in total. So the deal with taxi is that you can do 100 in a row, which is my plan here. I'm hoping to just get that fare counter from the current 0 to 100. Or you could do like a couple here and a couple there. You could do some of them on a different island. It's all good. If your taxi gets damaged, you can get out. That will end that particular round of taxi. The docks, that is far. You can get out, you can switch taxis. What I'm probably going to do, just because I'm going to be neurotic and try to get 100 in a row here, if my taxi gets too damaged, then I will just bring it to the pay and spray, and it will get all spiffy brand new and allow me to do all 100 in a row, hopefully. So how can you fail taxi? Well, there's not many ways. Really, taxi can just end, but you don't ever have to start over. You just have to do 100 cumulatively over the course of your playthrough. But the particular taxi mission that you're on, like your active, so right now I'm about to drop off passenger number 2, that counter would reset if one of these things happens. Number 1, I get out of the taxi. There's no counter that says, oh, you have 20 seconds to get back into a taxi. It just instantly ends that particular round of taxi for you. Number 2, if you run out of time. So you see I have a minute 34 up there in the top right. So if you run out of time, then that ends this particular round of taxi, which is not a problem. You can just start another round right away. You don't even need a new cab. So minute 31, let's go. Hospital in downtown. So I have not done taxi in Vice City in since like 2013, and so I don't know the destinations here. I'm just going to drive in the direction of the pink dot, but I'm getting the sense here that the destinations are pretty far apart, north south. Like it's just going to take us. We pick this person up in the far south, and it's going to take us to the far north, and then we'll pick somebody up in the far north, and I expect it's going to bring us to the far south. In GTA 3, I ended up doing taxi exclusively on the first island, and I found that the destinations there were pretty close together, especially if I rejected the two southernmost destinations on that first island in GTA 3. So I might need to increase my estimate. I could do 100 taxi fares in GTA 3 in about an hour, 10 minutes. It was quite consistent, and that even included pausing to stop and grab like 4 rare import export vehicles while I was doing taxi. But these trips so far have for sure taken longer than the average taxi trip that I was doing when I was playing GTA 3. So we're just going to have to see how this goes. But there's number 3 complete, and then we'll pick up the next person. Another way to start over here is to just push the I button. That would cancel taxi. Hospital in Little Havana. That's pretty far south, gang. So if you just push the I button, that cancels taxi, and then you could restart taxi right away if you want by pushing I again. And the current passenger would get out, and a new passenger would get in. But again, that fare counter, which is currently at 3, it would start back over at 0, which is fine. But if I continue doing this all in one shot, then number one, I'll have a sense of like how close I am to the end of this taxi business because I'll be seeing the numbers tick up from 0 to 100. And number two, I'll get that gratifying 100, impactful 100 number up there in the top left. And also, I think I'll be able to, so I'm going to pause the video pretty soon and do the vast majority of taxi off video, but then maybe I'll bring it back with just a few fares left so you can revel with me in the feeling of accomplishment we get from a job well done. Okay, hop on in. It's okay if you squish one of the passengers. I don't think you'll fail, just like insta-fail taxi. If you squish one of them, just another yellow blip will pop up on the map and you'll pick up somebody else. So I think this is about it, gang. It's just back and forth 100 times. So let me drop this person off. And that will be number 5. I think there's probably some cash bonuses, maybe every 5 or 10. I don't know where I am. This was not a road. Okay, is this an exit? Yeah, but I don't want the ramp. Let's go over here. All right. I'm looking forward to playing, some of the newer Vice City newer GTA games where there's like a GPS function. Oh, 5 in a row bonus. Outstanding. So I think we got some cash, which we do not need. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Our dream of having that. Why are these guys after me? What the heck? I don't understand. Why are they just mad at me because I did some missions that I don't know, like abuse their gang? I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna. Sorry, taxi. We don't have any pop tires, do we? All right, so here's one thing that I wasn't counting on is having angry gangs. So I think we do have some pop tires here. So let's head into the pay and spray. Can I get through this way? So instead of having the glorious 100, we'll have the almost as glorious. What is in front of me here? It looks like a pit. We'll have the almost as glorious 95 in a row. So let me just let me just pause this video and I'll do 95 things. 95 of these, or almost 95 of these, off video, and I'll come back with you when we get to our 100. Oh my goodness, can't believe this. Can't believe it. I also I wasn't counting on the gangs being mad, and I wasn't counting on this thing taking as long as it appears it's going to take. An hour, 10 minutes is way optimistic versus what it's actually going to be. But we'll give it a shot. So we finished the previous mission at 12:22, but then it took us like a minute to drive over here and get this taxi. So we'll call it like 12:23-ish, maybe 12:24. You can check the video that you're watching now to find out exactly when I started the taxi mission. But I think a bunch more, a lot more than the hour 10 estimate that I had given before. Okay, so there is number one of 95. Get out of my cab. All right, so I will pause the video here. 12, 22, 25. Oh, I think the video, I think that live split timer was paused actually. So we're not going to get an accurate estimate how long this actually takes. So be it, but I'll come back with 95, 94 more taxi fares done. I will see you soon for you, long time for me. I think I'm going to throw a podcast on while I do this task. See you soon. Okay, and I'm back. And after the first 5 drop-offs that I did earlier in this video, I have now done another 90. So I've got 95 completed, and I'll wrap up this video series with the final 5 drop-offs on Taxi and then my impressions of Vice City in general. So first of all, this Taxi mission has taken way longer than I expected. I don't think I did it poorly. I think I just underestimated how long Taxi takes here. I assumed it would be about the same as in GTA 3, but it's not, at least not over here in the Western Island. You want to get in? Um, let's see. All right, so the stadium. So one thing I've started to do is reject certain places. The places at the far south, like Sunshine Autos and whatever it's called, like Vice Docks or something. I'm rejecting them. I'm rejecting the stadium. Just trying to reduce my the lengths of my trips. But still, the trips here are just much longer than they are in GTA 3 on that first island. And so instead of taking like an hour, 10 minutes in GTA 3, here this is going to take me about an hour and a half, maybe closer to an hour 40. Yeah, just much longer. Very dull. Like the GTA 3 Taxi wasn't like the most exciting thing, but I didn't mind it honestly because I was doing some import export hunting around while I was just driving back and forth on the roads in GTA 3. But here I did the import export thing separately, like before doing Taxi. And my goodness, this Taxi is dull, and too long, even with podcasts going in the background to try to keep me entertained. This has been a marathon. And it's actually clarified some things for me because, as I mentioned, I spent a lot more time on GTA 3 than I did in Vice City. And I had some goals in GTA 3. I wanted to get a run that was under 10 hours in pieces. I would typically play for 3 consecutive days in GTA 3 to do a complete run, and I was hoping to get a total time of under 10 hours there. And after a little bit of practice, I did that for the 100% route, and then I continued to improve, and I got my best time in pieces down to like 8 hours 59 minutes and change. So that was pretty cool, exceeding my expectations there. And then I also did a complete run in one marathon session, and my time there was something like I don't know, like 9.5 hours ish. I don't remember. When I submitted that run on speedrun.com, I was like the 27th best GTA 3 100%er. That was pretty cool. And I have not done a marathon session of this game, of Vice City here. All right, so I've also been rejecting the airport too far. And in fact, not only have I not done a marathon session here in Vice City, this is actually my first completion of this game at 100% in since 2013 or something back on the Kindle Fire. Because even though I've played through like basically 100% of the game about 8 or 9 times here as I've learned the game and practiced it a little bit, I never did Taxi until tonight, other than back in 2013. And so I was considering, after making this video series, I was considering, all right, all taxis now have jump boost, new clothes delivered, taxi is done. I think everything is done. I'll push the pause button, limitless ammo, double health, all kinds of rewards, 200 armor, 200 health, lots of things that we don't need since we're done. But we'll take some phone calls here while I continue chatting. So what was I saying? So I was tempted to maybe after I wrap up this series here, that maybe I would try to complete Vice City 100% in one marathon session and record it and throw it on YouTube and submit my run on speedrun.com. And after spending an hour and a half and change on this thing, I am not. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do that. It just this is not a fun thing to spend my time on. And I mentioned in a previous video, there are quite a few long, annoying missions in this game, some of which are tough, some of which are easy. but that I just don't like. And there's a lot more time spent doing those kinds of missions that I don't like in this game than there was in GTA 3. And so I mentioned before that I just prefer GTA 3 to Vice City, which is probably an uncommon opinion. But there's just some missions here, too many missions that take too long that I do not enjoy. And so this taxi is one of them, and then the cherry poppers 50 drop-offs is one of them. I don't like the import-export business here. That's not the fault of the of Vice City or the programmers. I just never learned what the cars look like, and so it just takes me a long time, and it's kind of frustrating to drive around and around and around trying to look for cars that I don't quite know what they look like. And then there are a couple of boat race type missions that I struggle with. No matter how much I practice them, I just continue to struggle with them, and just too many failures. I thought a lot of the time limits on those boat things were too aggressive. Certainly for the casual player, and too aggressive for me, somebody that spent 275 hours on this game. So for all of those reasons and some others, I prefer GTA 3 to Vice City, um, and uh, and I'm not convinced that I'm going to spend the time trying to complete this game in one marathon session. Okay, so as we wrap up, what happened? I thought we were going to change clothes. Oh, this. I understand why we're not changing out. I thought we were going to change outfits. Is there a phone? There might be a phone call. Oh, those things actually disappeared. Um, so as we wrap up, I have enjoyed making this video series. It's been a lot of fun. Oh, I should look at the stats. We need to make sure I've actually completed 100% of the game, because even though I think I have, like I said, I haven't really completed 100% of the game since about 2013. And I'm hopeful that after we completed Taxi right here, that we actually are done with 100% of the game. Um, so I've enjoyed making the video series. It's been fun kind of going through this game and explaining it to you fine folks out there in YouTube land. I wish I hadn't made as many mistakes during this playthrough as I did. Too many busteds, too many deaths, too many mission failures. But the fact is, I am just not as good at this game as I would be if I practiced more. But I'm not convinced I'm really going to practice more. I'd rather spend my time playing some other games after this one. Eventually, I will get clean clothes. I will get I will get back into some other GTA games at some point. Not exactly sure when that will be. I'm going to get back into my NES completion project soon enough. All right, how do I want to see myself? How do I look at myself? No. I would love to show. Oh, I think I need to change the camera. No, there's got to be some way for me to like look at myself, because I would like to show off this shirt here. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Why can't I? Can I never turn around? I don't know. So there's kind of a funny shirt that we're wearing here. Maybe we need to leave a setting. No, that didn't turn me around. Hmm. Okay, so let that be an appropriate failure at the end of this. At the end of this, whatchamacallit. Maybe I need to do something like this. No, so like I'm always facing the wrong way. I want to show off this shirt, I think. No, I don't know how to do it. Um, oh, is it this? No, shift. I thought there was a way I could just look behind me. I don't know. So let's make sure that we've got the 100% all the way at the top before we wrap this thing up. My fingers are really crossed. I'm a little bit nervous that I missed something. Like I said, I haven't checked the 100% statistic since 2013, but we are good to go. 100% on 102 mission attempts. That's probably way more than it's supposed to be. And in fact, it's not even all the ones that appeared in this video, because I did do some safety saves and then use those safety saves when I failed some missions. And so those reattempts wouldn't show up here in the mission attempts or in the deaths or busted if I died or got busted at all. So playing time 1344. In-game days passed, so 35 out of 35. Oh, 37 safe house visits. Oh, that's just saving the game. All right, that's nothing. Rampage is perfect. Hidden packages all found. Not going to look at everything here. Busted 4 times. Hospital visits 6 times. That means I died 6 times. But again, those numbers are actually undercounting the reality But anyway, 10 of those things plus all the mission failures is way more than I'd like. But like I mentioned, I don't anticipate that I'm going to take the time to practice and keep getting better at this game. I think I'm ready to move on. All the unique jumps completed. That's cool. Never did any wheelies or stoppies. But we got 135 criminals killed. That's actually more than you need. You only need 78, but I died on Vigilante the first attempt. Highest Vigilante mission 12. 100 passengers laboriously dropped off. My goodness. 78 people saved in an ambulance. That's level 12. Total fires extinguished 78. Also level 12. Did all the stores, all the assassination contracts. Those are the 5 phone missions. Took more photographs than I needed. I think you only need 3, but I took some errant photographs. Pizzas delivered. Why is there an apostrophe in the plural word pizzas? 108, that's more than it's supposed to be. What do we need for that one? 10 times 11 over 2, so 55 pizzas, and we did almost twice as many because I failed there late in the final level 10 the first time around. I got busted trying to help out the police. We sold 52 ice creams, only need to sell 50. That's the ice cream deals thing. And then 90% on whatchamacallit, the shooter. That was my success rate on the aiming thing, the gun thing. And then lots of times in RC races and car races, chopper checkpoints, and then the 2 dirt track things going crazy. And 61 points. You need at least 61 for the shooter. Did that one. Again, 52 drug deals. First place, cheesing it up in the hot ring, where I destroyed all of the other cars and then took my leisurely stroll around the track. And then not very much time flying. I don't think flight hours counts helicopters. I think that's 2 minutes in the dodo in that one dildo dodo mission. Fish is fed 0. I thought fish is fed was how many times. Oh, it's how many times you drowned, and we never drowned. Hey, there you go. I like to play clean, and I played clean in terms of drowning. Not once. 18 resprays of my car. Lots of budget stuff. All properties owned, all houses owned, all assets owned. And here you go. Vaguely interesting. That just about sums me up right there. And that is it. So I think we're all set. I really do wish I could get the camera to spin around. Let me look this up real quick. 1 second. Okay, I played around with the buttons on my keyboard and figured out how to look back. It's the caps lock button. You got to hold it down. I don't know that I ever knew that. So anyway, here's the shirt that becomes available after you complete the game at 100%. It says, I completed Vice City, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. That's a good one, Rockstar. Thank you for your sense of humor. And thank you, fair viewer, for sticking with me through this series. It was fun to make. I hope it was fun to watch. I hope that this video series convinces some of you to give Vice City a try, or if you've played it before, to maybe give it another try. But going for this 100% completion idea, I think it's pretty cool to experience everything that the game designers keep track of in terms of that percentage. So I think that is going to do it for us here. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, we got people hanging out here in our mansion, keeping us company. We've got some friends. I actually think you might even have like bodyguards or something. I remember back in 2013, like I would walk around and I would just have like some helpers. So where do you have to go? You have to like recruit them or just go outside and they're with you. I don't remember. But I do remember having a couple of folks who would just keep you company. I think you have to like activate them somehow. But in any event, I do thank you for sticking with me through this long series. It's been fun to play this game and share my thoughts on it with you. So take care, be well, and we'll see you next time. Bye.